I don't think there's any doubt this is the potential beginnings of a trade war. The government certainly fears this could escalate. Their hope is this is just a bit of niggle from China, if you like, and China's just making a point. And the fear is that that other industries could cop a hit, or even the ambassador's threat, I guess, could be carried out in the sense that Chinese people will be put off Australian produce. So that threat from a couple of weeks ago. So it's anyone's guess from here, but I think you can see how seriously Trade Minister Simon Birmingham's taking it. And from his comments to you this morning, you can see, or his comments generally, he seems to be saying we have to take each issue on merit. What else can you do? He's seeking a conversation. Hasn't had a response on that yet. It's something that the government are very focused on at the moment. They certainly don't need an escalation.
Well, I mean, we had the barley growers on our show yesterday, and they did say that this has been the result of an 18-month investigation, which unfortunately lands right now. We had the beef industry on the show this morning saying, well, this has happened before. So again, it's, you know, a coincidence. Is that all it is? There seems to be a whole lot happening all at once here, though. Or am I just cynical?
Deirdre Chambers, what a coincidence. I mean, I think that I think there's a bit more to it than that, and I think publicly all the players have to say that, but privately you hear other suspicions around the place.
Yeah.
And it is true China has done this stuff with meat on labelling before to other countries, and these things break out from time to time. There's been tension with China since the foreign interference laws, a couple of years of it, and obviously it's escalated with this call for an independent investigation. So very deliberate words from Scott Morrison in the party room, for example, yesterday, where he thanked Chinese Australians for being such good citizens during the COVID-19 crisis. I think when you see the Prime Minister use language like that, he's concerned about where this is kind of heading.
Do you suspect that there's going to be another form of retaliation? I mean, the wine industry now is obviously concerned because it was singled out in the recent threat alongside beef. You know, I note that the dairy industry has some concerns as well at the moment. I mean, are you expecting that to happen?
Well, to coin a phrase the Prime Minister's been using lately about the COVID-19 crisis, I don't have a crystal ball, but yeah. Things tend to happen in threes, so yeah. I guess we've got to hope that doesn't occur on this occasion.
Yeah, OK. Just on to economic matters at the moment. Labor effectively ruled out supporting cuts to company tax rates. Are you expecting the government to still try and push through with those?
Look, all of that's a long way off. I mean, I know there's a reform debate going on, and it would be great to get some reform in this country, but that's kind of an October budget conversation. What we have to do now is try and lift these restrictions, and once that occurs, we can get people in jobs. So that's a debate for down the track. I can understand how in these halls it's being spoken about, and journalists would ask that question of leaders, etc. But out there in the community, that's the last thing on anyone's minds, and I think, frankly, it should be the last thing on the politicians' minds at the moment. We just have to get people back in work.
Yeah. Speaking of getting back to work, has Josh arrived yet? Have you seen him around Parliament House yet?
My wife asked me the same question last night. Look, essentially, I called it immediately. Kieran told me live on air, and I was a bit shocked, but I said very unlikely that he'd have it. So unlikely you'd get it at the moment. That's one of the problem authorities have with encouraging us to keep with social distancing, but I'm sure it gave him a bit of a fright. Yeah. And look, he did look unwell. It was unsustainable not to go and get a test when the Chief Medical Officer's telling everyone with a scratchy throat to get a test. This guy coughs his guts up for half a minute and he's not going to get a test. So I'm thankful he got one, and I'm thankful it's negative.